Does anything happen this week?
Yeah, I have a lot of stories if we want to, but
wait, you do? Please share a story. Also, Ralph the Buzz is back, so you might want to get some light beer.
Yeah, I think there's just like a mosquito flying around your mic, maybe.
Is it?
Stuck inside.
Oh,
it's a big mosquito.
For those that are tuning into Electroshock Therapy Podcast.
So I have a
yikes. We know how to podcast, guys. Good job. We know how to podcast. What were you saying? Someone was telling a story. Go for it.
Did the restream stop?
No. She just muted Ralph. I like that it's way too easy. Oh, no.
Troy's restream did stop.
Troy gaslighted himself into being not on the podcast anymore.
Megan took the wrong person out back.
It's possible that... Okay, here's the theory, though. Maybe Ralph's lightning zap somehow zapped Troy's internet.
Soon as it did that, like, you guys all just like went like froze. And so I thought it was...
That's just the malware installing on your computer. It's like when you boot up your computer and there's like 10 command prompts that pop up and then go away and you're like, hopefully that's fine. Yeah.
Did I fix it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far. We'll tell you if it comes back. Feel free to smite Troy again if needed, if he speaks out of turn.
So I think this little XLR like right angle piece that I have was causing some issue. Yeah.
Bro, that's a vape. That's a vape, dude.
This is a vape? Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you vape the airwaves.
Wade's here now. Got his pink Rekka shirt. Let's roll the finger. Let's do it.
Roll those beautiful
fingers. This pre-show's week. Let's get into the real show.
Never mind. I got something good too.
Okay, you got pre-show? Go for it.
Technically it could be real show, but did you see the 3D printer laws going into it?
Okay, there is an article about it, so we should save it for the show.
You're going to ruin the whole show. We're going to have no content. They're going to be like,
all right,
yeah, let's go for like 3 minutes without getting demonetized talking about guns. All right, go for it. Welcome to Black Hills Information Security's Talking About News. It's January 26th, 2026. Lots of 26s happening right now. I'm Corey Ham. I'm here to host the podcast and hopefully not get smited by Ralph's lightning bolts.
Ooh.
We also have Troy Wajiwoda. Is that Wojiwoda? Is it Woji or
Woda?
Wojiwoda, who's a BHIS employee and is here to talk about his awesome upcoming workshop on Friday this week. We got Gator Catcher Ralph, who's turning his vape into a microphone from what I can tell.
Honestly, the gators are not getting around very much because it's cold here. It's like
it is
20.
Yeah, it's cold. I mean, who's snowed in right now? Like, show of hands. Are you snowed in? Yes or no? Troy's snowed in. Mike's not? Okay.
Nope.
Mike, how are you not snowed in?
We only got a couple of inches of snow at Chicago.
Okay.
Now, frozen, maybe. We're sitting around 0 degrees, but...
What about you, Rock? You frozen / snowed in?
Cold, no, but we only got a couple inches yesterday. Like, if you watched the Broncos game yesterday, despite the result, like, it looked worse than it ended up being, the weather.
Huh.
It started off
about you,
pretty,
Hayden?
It was like sunny and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm completely snowed in. Ever since my move to the North Pole,
get out of here. You live in San Diego. Get out of here.
Arlington.
I believe it's like 60 degrees out. It was 60 to 73. It was cold this weekend. I had a chili cook off at my house, if that makes you feel any better. It was cold enough for chili.
It was like 80 yesterday here, but now it's going to be 25 today.
Nice.
If you're snowed in watching this, first of all, go outside and like sled through your neighborhood. Second of all, we're going to take care of you.
All of our orange juice is going up in price now.
Yeah. I hope you bought 100 gallons of milk.
I'm going to buy orange juice futures because that's how the AI internet works.
Yeah, there you go.
We also have here Rock Lambros, first-time podcaster, long-time caller. I don't know. First-time caller, long-time listener. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah. You have your own company, it looks like, based on your title, or you just made that up to mess with me? I don't know.
No. I founded Rock Cyber. We're a cybersecurity and AI security now, I guess, consulting company based in Denver. Went off on my own in 2018, but a recovering CISO before that, and also co-author this thing over my shoulder.
Gotcha.
So I hate plugging myself. So
well, there you got your 3 seconds of fame, so we'll count it.
Go.
We also got Shecky, Mike. Somehow I've never seen you type your last name in this chat.
It's been a long while since I've done that. With the new look, I wanted it to look more professional.
In my head, you're still Shecky, but all right.
That's how everybody calls me, so just keep calling me that.
Cool. And then we lastly got Hayden, who's our resident SOC expert person who probably has better news articles than we have, but he's not going to share them.
What am I if I am not the resident SOC expert?
You're the log expert, dude. There's
log?
Okay.
You're the old.
It's not wading through
I'm
socks.
old news.
It's not wading through socks. Get out of here, dude. Okay, here's how the pipeline works. The logs come into Wade. He wades through them, and then Hayden just destroys them with his laser beams. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hayden puts him in AI.
Yeah.
Everything gets confused.
Please write this to tech.
Wade has to manually grab them, and then Hayden puts them in AI to actually do
Yes,
real.
it's a highly efficient log forwarding system. All right. Okay.
So I don't think it's not a coincidence that the younger looking gentlemen on the call are the ones who are still in the security operations center, because then you end up looking like this in relatively short order.
He's just showing you where you're going. Right?
Exactly.
I got gray hairs coming in now. I'm like, oh boy,
all
that's
right,
not good.
all right. You get some just for men.
It is true that the SOC is proven to cause gray hairs.
This is all AI. I look like the Crypt Creeper.
There's
There's
literally some videos now on YouTube that are just like AI. The video is of a guy, and it's AI. They're like, I'm an AI, and I'm just doing the video and they talk about new stuff. And it's usually AI topics. It's wild. It's like, yeah.
I will say I do every week go through all the news articles and I find the AI ones and I'm like, this looks like it's AI written. But yeah.
I
all right, let's get
Reddit.
Yeah, let's get started with some actual news. This one is going to feel like a comfy, warm blanket because hopefully you've already thought about this. Somehow there's yet another critical auth bypass in Fortinet auth interfaces. The reason I say it should feel like either a wet blanket or a warm blanket, depending on, I mean, this is like the 10th time this has happened, at least. It might be the 10th time this year. Firewall management interfaces should not be exposed. We know this. Everyone knows this. It doesn't matter what vendor it is. This time it's Fortinet. Next week it'll be Cisco, and the next week it'll be Fortinet again. But yeah, I mean, this is like, I think the most concerning part about this is like, so it was exploited in the wild, and then it was patched, and then it was exploited in the wild again. Apparently they didn't patch it properly. So yeah, that's fun. But
I know
Arctic
how they're
Wolf
fix this
is
in the long term.
keeping them honest. They're going to patch
in the
it
long
again.
Term, they're going to rebrand. That's what that's, you remember Juniper and then Ivante? Like they just got so tired of like, and this is my theory, of just basically being in the news with O-Days every other week, that they just ended up rebranding, and they rebranded like 2 or 3 times.
No. What you're thinking of is Broadcom, VMware, vSphere, Extreme ESXi, Local, Ghost VM Edition, second Arctic Wolf.
Was Fortinet on that list of Chinese suppliers that China won't let, like American suppliers that China won't let you sell?
It has to be.
Anymore?
Yeah.
Well, who's going to buy Fortinet then? Like, who's going to do that?
Probably the people that are using it for 2 decades.
Security researchers that are using it to find 0 days?
Yes,
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the easiest way to get that first CVE, guys. You go buy a Fortinet.
Oh my God.
But they're no joke taking a lot of business from Cisco. They are.
Fortinet's
It's
big.
like mid-market. They hit mid-market.
Yeah.
They're
It's at a certain price point, right? Where, you can't afford this. Like you're like maybe like the Honda Civic, but like one that, gets broken into. A Kia. There you go. You're a Kia.
There you go.
It is fun.
Into.
It is fun. Like the firewall. What firewall do you have is kind of like the what car do you drive of like enterprise security. It's like,
are we going to call these Fortinet boys. Is that
What's
what
a Fortinet? Yeah, what is a Fortinet? Are we saying it's a Kia or a Hyundai? That might be like dead on, honestly.
Yeah,
I think
it's
Kia,
Kia, yeah.
Like it's a good car, but like yes, someone can steal it with the USB cord. Oops.
Yes. The wild thing is how many different firewall vendors are out there. If you kind of look at that like market segment and like where they kind of fall in here, like it's wild how many there are. It's not there's a bunch of big ones, but there's like the runs the gambit, and they all pretty much do the same thing, which is
they're all next gen at least by now. How many next are we on now?
Next gen. Well, because a blinky box, it's like it's the ultimate goal is to get a box in your environment because you won't get rid of it unless you really have to, right? Because then you got to take down the whole network. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I remember when I bought the Gavin Nelson box. You know,
the Gavin Belson signature B. He's got one right there. Ralph has one in his rack.
Guys,
I remember.
Old.
Yeah, people are saying in the comments, why would people buy something that's insecure and will get you breached? If only people made decisions on what to buy based on whether it was going to get breached or not. Our jobs would be a lot easier.
Well, here's the other question: what stuff doesn't get breached?
That's the reality, right?
Yeah, I was going to follow up that all of it.
Yeah,
right.
so
it doesn't matter if you can name the company that hasn't got breached. Let's get the list.
Yeah,
right,
for sure.
Right, hasn't had a CVE, hasn't had anything. Right?
No, that's honestly more concerning to me. Yeah, it's more concerning to me. It's like, so you guys have never gotten a pen test? Oops.
These perimeter devices are going to be more and more popped. I mean, we've been seeing this trend for the last few years anyways. I mean, EDR technology is really good. Nobody's watching the outside of their perimeter, or they're just basically, like, we have a firewall there, right? What's in front of that? What's looking at that? I mean, Palo Alto, that was 2024 when Palo Alto had their incident. I mean, Cisco, I mean, we hear about that like every other month there's a ASA vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, and there's like nothing watching them. There's no EDRs on those boxes, right?
Well, but
there's
that's
not a lot
a super
of people
good
watching that traffic.
Troy, that's your next pivot, Troy. Make the EDR of network devices.
Well, but that's a super good point,
so
right?
We would deploy network sensors on the outside of the perimeter too. You have your inside network sensors that are at certain strategic choke points, rightfully so. But you want to be, obviously. So Velexity broke that news on the Palo Alto one 2 years ago. They basically admitted it. Like if they didn't have the sensor positioned on the outside of that client's environment, they would have never saw it.
That's a good point. We've been saying for years, right? The perimeter's dead. The perimeter's dead. Like there's no more perimeter. Like pretend there's no perimeter, right? The perimeter is now the endpoint or identity, right? So now, like I think we have kind of ingrained that mentality of firewall compliance checkbox, right? Is there an explicit denial at the end? Great, we've checked the box. Let's go.
Well, there's that
type of thing.
And there's that.
Well, I guess is there not an explicit denial at the end? Yeah.
There's that, and the fact of how much logs they go ahead and do, and what log retention costs nowadays. If you have something such as a Splunk or a QRadar, to get that stuff in and analyzed on a regular basis, especially for the smaller companies, winds up becoming cost prohibitive.
Yeah.
All right.
And I love hating on vendors. I love hating on vendors that are constantly like having CVEs with their products, but I think a lot of it probably has to do with like the obvious that if they're a huge market share, they're going to have a huge market share of the people trying to pop them.
Yeah.
So with like the ASAs, like I think I've held one before, but like I've never done a whole lot more than that with them. But
I got a whole certification in it. It was.
Oh, did you?
Like,
oh yeah.
If you're of a certain age, right?
Yeah,
like
it's mostly Kool-Aid. It's all Kool-Aid.
Right.
I mean, I got a great idea for a firewall product, guys. Just get an MCP for IP tables and just hook it up. It's fine. It's fine.
Claude approves or denies every connection.
Yeah, I'm sure there's part of the TCP IP stack that's like has a prompt section. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm not paying that freaking API bill. Jesus.
Every packet it checks whether it's like
yes.
Yeah.
This was malicious traffic. You're absolutely right.
If it's malicious traffic, you have to self-identify. Just two AIs talking back to each other. Yeah.
I've got a perfect segue for the perimeter, which is where we're right at. And that is Telnet. Did you guys see the new Telnet?
Yes. Yeah.
So
it's like a
here is the
10-year-old
wildest part
vulnerability.
about this vulnerability, which I'm going to give you zero technical details. How many servers still have telnet exposed to the internet?
Oh my goodness.
Wait,
Yeah.
where is it?
Well, what's
Talk
the
about
number?
being
I'm sure
behind
you
on
have the
news.
number.
Yeah, it's
You tell me.
800,000.
800,000?
That was the estimate, yeah.
I mean, it's under a
Oh,
million.
we should. Yeah,
Well, how
that's
many of
not
those are
bad. I mean,
honeypots?
okay, I will say, is that default port or is that any port?
I'm sure that's default port, right? I'm sure
Okay.
that's not like, deep inspection on there. But still,
I mean, that's the
if you
showdown number. The showdown number is the gold standard. I mean, it makes sense. I will say in a lot of cases, like just to give a little insider knowledge on this one, in a lot of cases, we find this on clients and we go talk to them. We're like, hey, you guys have an exposed telnet or whatever it is. And they're like, cool. This is an ISP device. We don't know what it is. We can't manage it. We told them to take it down. They can't take it down. We found a firewall in a closet, unplugged it. It's still there. That's the scenario with these. Like, we literally have clients going through their networking closets and finding stuff they didn't know was there, unplugging it, and then the service magically disappears. And it's like, we weren't using this and we don't need it, but we still have it. So yeah, that's my guess for a lot of these. I don't think anyone's intentionally using it. It's just there.
The other question is how many of them are OT?
Yeah.
As opposed to
No
normal
one
IT.
would expose OT to the internet, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No one would ever do that. That would never happen.
I think this shows really one of two things. Number one, patches mean something. Number two, since this is sitting inside of an open source software, OSS is great, etc. In theory, it should be more secure. It's a matter of how many eyes do you have actually looking at it. Because from what I was reading, this has been around for 15 years, this vulnerability.
Yeah, the NSA is like, dang it, we really liked that one. We've been using it for a long time.
For all the servers that still had telnet exposed, this was.
They're going to have to buy another
Apparently
one
there's
from
a lot.
Corellium or whatever. Oops.
Yeah,
government
it
funding.
was a lot. Yeah. I mean, the recommendation is don't.
And there you go. MCP for telnet right there.
Yeah. There's an MCP for everything.
no.
And at this point, if there's not, I could write you one. And I say I mean the assistant will write that for me.
You buy
There's a
one.
cloud
I mean,
skill specifically for MCP development, right? Like,
I will
Yeah.
rain down tokens upon you, says
Yes.
Ralph.
Yes. It's not hard. It's not hard.
Does that make it like
Need the right token.
ChatGPT's or Claude's son? Is that what that is?
What?
Like if it makes an MCP, is that like its son?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Claude's definitely an overachiever with having
Yes.
offspring. It's like an Elon Musk scenario.
Yes.
All right. Let's find another article
What's the
before I
next
make more
topic?
bad jokes. Yeah. I will say this isn't really that big of a topic, but I do think it's worth discussing. Someone put there's a LinkedIn post. Like, I guess it's not really a news article, it's a LinkedIn post, but it's by Clara Hawking. And it just is kind of outlining some of the privacy implications of TikTok, basically, which we all knew it was bad, right? Like, we all knew TikTok was bad. I had a personal ban in my house on TikTok, for years. And the government, I think, bans it from government devices, etc. But basically, this LinkedIn post is just someone taking down, like, looking through the privacy guidelines in the TikTok app. And like, it is so invasive. It is like creepy reading it. Basically, it explicitly acknowledges that it can gather account details, identity verification documents, private messages, drafts. It also says clipboard content. That is the one that really gave me shudders. It's like, it's basically just openly admitting that, like, we will just grab whatever happens to be on your clipboard when you open TikTok, which is
this
insane.
is why you don't copy paste your passwords on a password manager.
Yeah. Well, okay. The other thing that's really well, I think, by the way, on that note, I do think most password managers should scrape that information off the clipboard after a certain delay. But the other crazy thing about this is enrichment of the data of the videos that you actually post. So, like, it says here, images and video are treated as analyzable environments. They state that it automatically, I assume, identifies objects and scenery, faces, body parts, extracts words, collects metadata describing how often, where something was posted or where it was created. I mean, you can go, it's just so creepy how deep you can go with this information. Like, looking at where you post, knowing what you talk about. Not only do they know what you personally engage with, Oh man, it's bad. So
I gotta be real.
Are we surprised?
The question is,
is anyone surprised by this? Because if they are, they're not paying very close attention.
The question is who is this going to at this point in time? Because all of this now is transferred over to U.S. As of the 22nd. They went ahead and they changed all their changed their policies and switched everything over to U.S. because of the people in power at that point and the quote unquote TikTok ban that they were supposed to do and get rid of TikTok in the US.
Yeah, I think that's kind of
Oracle. Now it's Oracle and a few other companies that have the data who actually is getting this. And did they increase that what they're allowed to collect just so that way they can go ahead and get US approval?
I mean, I think that's a good question. I think that's kind of the reading between the lines here is that the US government is somehow getting it, which is like, for me, safe to assume. Right, if they're exercising this control over this app, not to say that the U.S. government isn't getting similar information from other providers, right?
We were probably getting it anyway, even when it wasn't on our soil or whatever. We were collecting it on the way, I'm sure, in some capacity.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think for me, it was like I kind of forgot how bad TikTok was, and this just brought it back up of being like, this is why it's a. But I feel like it's pretty normalized. A lot of people are like, oh, you got to be on TikTok.
Well, I would love to see like a deep dive comparison between, right, like Clara call out, good job, but now do a deep dive comparison against the Meta privacy policy and the YouTube privacy policy and the Instagram privacy policy and the Snapchat privacy policy, right? Like, I mean, I bet you they're not all that different.
Well, she does say it is now one of the most aggressive data collection regimes of any mainstream consumer platform. So she says one of, right? It is like there's probably others that are pretty aggressive too. And we know these things are blanket, right? Like there's a difference between saying you're going to do it and actually doing it. But it is, I don't know, it's just interesting to think about privacy and how it doesn't exist anymore. Like we talked about how the perimeter doesn't exist anymore. That's probably how you should think about privacy too. It's like all of the information you put on your phone is being ingested by someone else. Safe to say.
I mean, part of the problem is people just have the assumption that like, oh, I don't have anything, sensitive or worth stealing, so it doesn't matter. Right. Yeah. Like what do I have? But it's literally who you are as a human being that they're trying to profile to sell you things. And you might not care now, but you may very well care later, and by that point, it's far too late. So it's like, what is the benefit of? I mean, to an extent, Corey, like you mentioned it, like it's an assumption that you will be on these applications, and that's exactly what the owners of these tools want, how they want you to feel, because you have to be getting FOMO if you're not, installing their app that steals your clipboard and everything on it, whatever you open the app.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's an industry.
They used to allow you to like watch a TikTok via like just a standard browser, because I don't have TikTok, but like somebody will send me, my family will send me a TikTok link and I'll click on it and I don't have the app. It says get the app and I would be able to watch the video via the browser.
Yeah, and now you can.
Because you have to switch your browser to desktop. Switch your browser to desktop mode. You can watch it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not that important for me. I'm not going to watch the TikTok. Sorry.
But if anyone ever tells you they have nothing to hide, it's like probably like a 30-70 chance if you ask them to look at their browser history, they'll be like, all right, never mind.
Well, okay. I mean, there's things I still don't want to share with you, right?
Right. That's what you're hiding.
That's stuff you're hiding.
I mean, with Apple, right? When they were scanning like photos, I think that turned on now. Like where they were.
No, they rolled that all back.
They rolled it back.
Yeah. Because they're like, we're just looking for kiddie porn. I mean, if you don't have that on your phone, you should be okay.
They reported some dude who was taking pictures of his kid for a doctor.
That was Google.
I remember that.
Was that
story.
Google? I thought that was Apple.
Google. And by the way, Google still does it. We even talked about an article of an AI researcher who downloaded an image data set and got his whole Google account nuked. That was like 2 weeks ago. But anyway, because by the way, the AI training data set had CSAM in it. But anyway, basically, I think like to segue a little bit out of this, basically there's an article that's kind of adorable, and we're gonna talk about it because I think it's adorable. So there's the Supreme Court case. Has anyone seen this one? It's basically a guy. The Supreme Court is going to hear a case of a guy that is suing, which he's suing for the reason. At least I assume it's a guy. I don't know their gender, but based on the website 247sports.com, it has to be a guy. Basically, this guy is suing for what I consider to be, at this point, the core use case of the internet, which is someone tracking him on their website. But I love this, that it's getting a Supreme Court ruling, because it's the most simple thing ever. Basically, the plaintiff is arguing that 247sports.com tracked videos he was watching while he was logged into Facebook, which is like, yes, that is how the internet works, unfortunately. But it's actually suing them based on a law that is, I think, hilarious, which is that apparently there's a law against disclosing what videos someone has rented.
Wow.
Which is called VPPA.
Like the Blockbuster days?
Yes, from like the Blockbuster days. Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. So basically,
Video privacy law.
He's essentially suing to say, like, I don't want the internet to exist, which is like, I love this.
Kind of basic.
But yeah, basically, like what happened is he was just watching videos on the site, and Facebook was figuring out that he was watching videos on the site and was giving him targeted ads based on it. So it's like, if this gets a ruling against it, this would be like, it would incredibly change the way that privacy works on the internet. Unfortunately, it looks like he's not going to win, I don't think. I'm not a lawyer, but my guess is that he's not going to win because apparently he doesn't define, like, he isn't a subscriber because he was just watching videos for free on this website. So that doesn't count him as a subscriber. So I don't know. It's such a quaint little story of being like, hello, I don't want the internet to exist. I don't like tracking. Someone could give me targeted ads based on what I did on another website. This is BS. It's like, dude, don't Google what's happening in 2026.
Yeah. Don't look up TikTok. Don't do it.
Don't look up TikTok. I mean, we'll stay tuned and see how they rule in like 6 years when they get around to it. But
that same act encompasses video games as well.
Yeah.
It's from the 80s.
Yeah.
It's basically, I mean, I don't know. I love it as a concept. It honestly, the biggest thing that makes me kind of sad, it's like the dystopia is leaking in, is like they're so far behind what's actually happening. It's crazy to think that the Supreme Court is now ruling on something that's like internet tracking a la 10 years ago or 15 years ago, or maybe even 20 years ago.
Because advertising's a plague now. Like, it has gotten to be really atrociously bad. Like, it's everywhere for everything, and it's based on any amount of data they can scrape from you. Like, like YouTube has boxed out their own subscribers by saying you either pay for YouTube Premium or you get 10 unskippable ads. And I heard recently, I don't know how true it is, but I've heard that they actually serve different amounts of ads based on your device profile. So if you're on a TV, they serve more ads, assuming that you won't go find the remote to skip them. They'll just serve you more because they're assuming you're in front of this television and either not paying attention or you're too lazy to skip them. So we're just going to give you more.
And they're 100% right. No one's going to go grab the remote, right? Like, that's the worst part.
I got YouTube Premium recently, and because it got bundled with some other stuff, and it is an elite experience if you like to watch, like, the different videos on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. That's the only TV I pay for, pretty much.
But what ends up happening, though, is that you realize that the creators don't make any money from the ads, so they got to put their own ads in the video. So I mean, and I don't blame them for trying to feed their family, right, or make money off this.
I blame them. How dare you feed your family?
Exactly. The amount of time it takes to make these videos is insane, right? Like, it takes up all your time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which is why they have the AI videos now of just people like having AI write scripts.
I mean, the whole thing with ads, like, I've seen some breakdowns of like creator like income. I think it was like Moist Critical did one where he like showed the charts of his like earnings over time, and it was almost all advertising revenue, like a vast majority, like millions of dollars a year in advertising revenue. And I don't know, a few $100,000 a year, and people that specifically paid like extra on his channel to get whatever benefits he had. But it was almost exclusively advertising revenue. And then your point, like, when you pay for premium, do they just not get anything anymore? Is it a worse deal for them? Like, you
Then they get
can't
a
not
percentage
pay
for it.
somehow, right?
They get a percentage based on
they
how
get
many
a lot
people with
more.
premium watch.
They get a lot more per view on the premium subscribers.
I believe
but-
Hank Green did a video on that.
Okay,
If you wanna
I'll have
go-
to find
yeah,
that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
go-to
love watching
YouTubers.
videos about how you make money on YouTube while they're making money watching videos.
They're like, and this ad is sponsored by YouTube.
So many meta like
Yeah.
YouTube commentaries.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is funny. You talk to every, child under the age of 20 these days. And like, I'm going to be a YouTuber. I want to be a YouTuber. It's like, these people are working 100-hour weeks,
I know,
grinding
I know.
videos in Final Cut or Adobe, whatever, to like make a funny video about like
the amount of videos you have to make too before you finally like make enough audience to make any money is right.
Yeah.
And all the
And
YouTubers
it's more
that
about
talk
the
about
watch
it.
hours, right? It's the watch hours.
Yeah.
You need like 1 million watch hours or something asinine, right? Like
Yeah.
to
And
even
any
be
that
able to
talk about
monetize.
it, they talk about like how lucky they got when they hit it at just like the right specific time when it was like just big enough to make them money, but small enough to where it was easy to like get started. But now any of them that you hear talk about it are like, don't ever do this. Like this is not what you want. It's not what you think.
The trick is not to make a YouTube video, but to make friends with YouTubers and then just join all their videos, and then you
There
get
you
this
go.
back following and don't have to do work. It's worked great.
Yeah.
I
Right
don't
now.
believe you. I don't believe
Or
it.
TikTok videos and let the other platforms basically restream all your TikTok videos, right?
Or you can just go on Twitch and just watch other people's YouTube videos and just occasionally make a comment. And then that's called content.
I can't relate to any of this. All right.
Well, someone get
let's-
Corey 5 gifted right now.
No. All right. The next article I think is kind of a Save the Children article. And it's kind of an interesting, I don't know. I thought this article is very overblown, but basically it's a cyber news article where someone is getting Melissa McKay, who's a person who works at a nonprofit called the Digital Childhood Institute, which from what I can tell basically just files complaints against big tech companies, which someone's got to do it. They're doing the Lord's work here. But basically they're mad because Google emailed their kid and said, "You're almost 13. That means you might be able to remove parental controls from your account." Which the person took that as like oh my God, Google's grooming my child, which is, I don't know, that to me feels a little bit overblown. The other thing the article kind of gets wrong is that looking at Google's page, it does tell the kid that they might be able to get out from parental supervision, but the parent still has to consent to allow them to like graduate from parental supervision. So I'm like,
what it also doesn't say is it doesn't tell you that the parent gets notifications, and it's not just the out from the supervision, it's at different stages. Being a parent with a kid who goes ahead and watches some stuff on YouTube, and I've got him with a Spotify account. At certain age levels, we've gotten an email, he's gotten it, and I've gotten it, saying, okay, you're now going to be able to be boosted up to this level if your parent allows you to.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, I think this is super overblown. From what I can tell, I mean, the other thing, I mean, I'm not a parent, so I don't know how this feels, but it feels like if this is the only way of supervising your kid, you're probably not a very good supervisor. Like, if you're relying on...
hey, I have a new account and I'm 14, right? Like, that's what I would have done if I was a kid.
Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
My Steam account thinks I'm 108 or whatever. Like, people are just going to lie about their age.
Well, and I'll be honest
100%.
about some of their parental controls on some of these streaming services. I set up one for my son to listen to music on, and I could not share the pre-made playlists to him because his is a kid account and it does not allow him to stream shared playlists.
So it's
not
very
from his own
restrictive,
father.
is what you're saying.
Some of these get very restrictive on it all.
Yeah,
where I've had to recreate playlists or recreate something for him that he was using my account and I'd set up something specific while I watched him, and now he wants to go over to his own thing, and I go, okay, this is the parameters. And he goes, but I can't watch the list that you went ahead, or I can't listen to the list that you went ahead and made me. I go, okay, now I got to go ahead and do this again.
Congratulations. In the eyes of the internet, you're an adult now on Spotify. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's basically, I think this is an overblown article. parental control. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do think like tech companies take advantage of kids for sure. Like that is a thing, mainly for advertising revenue, like we were just talking about.
Or for games.
Like,
oh my god.
Yeah, for games, and also like to distribute malware, like essentially. But yeah, like beyond that, it's I don't think this specific accusation is super interesting.
It sounds like someone read like the first paragraph of that warning and wanted to get really mad about it, and then that's
that is exactly what happened. Yes, and then for some reason,
attention.
And then some reason, someone wrote a news article about it, and here we are.
Exactly, and now we're talking about it.
So on the next, the next one I wanted to talk about is apparently the House of Lords, which I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's like Congress or Senate.
It's a show. It's a TV show, actually.
England? No, it's not.
Reality show.
No, it's not.
I think it's
okay. This is British politics.
Commons, right?
British isn't real.
It's real. I swear this is real.
House of Lords is equivalent of the Senate. House of Commons is the equivalent of the House of Representatives.
Okay, so basically the news article is that the House of Lords, which from what I can tell is a bunch of people sitting around eating tea or drinking tea and eating crumpets.
In white wigs.
And I think they do actually wear the white wigs. Anyway.
Requirement or something.
Anyway, they voted to pass a law that would ban children under 16 from accessing social media, which, first of all, good luck. The kids, they yearn for the minds. They yearn for the social media. Okay. You're not going to ban, like, everyone's just going to turn 18 if this happens, right? Like, I don't know how this could possibly work, but assuming this is physically possible, technically possible, what do we think about this?
Physically, technically.
This is the second. I think this is the second country. Second country has done this. Australia already did it, right?
Now they already did it.
I don't know if it's working, but I think it's going to change the thought process around social media eventually, right?
It's like smoking. Is it like smoking?
Yeah, exactly like smoking. Drugs, exactly like drugs, right? You're slowly bringing it out there that social media sucks and it's just going to bring society down. I can't even remember. I've talked about a really good parenting book that pretty much goes into, I believe it's the anxious generation. That's what it was. And it goes into social media and teenagers and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And the biggest thing he talks about is putting limits on like laws down for kids, and not because they're going to follow them, but because it's just going to change the mentality around it. Right. I think it's super important at least to have it down. Are they going to be able to get past it? Yeah. But we're just
creating the next generation of hackers. Hell yeah.
Just tell them they can only use Facebook, and then they'll be like, nah, never mind. That's what my grandparents are on. I don't want to be on that. I mean, literally, that's how they think. I mean, they're like, Facebook is like, that's like grandpa's like stuff.
I had an adverse reaction when you said that. I just involuntarily, like, I don't want to be on there.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, generations, they revolt against like previous generations too, right? So there's always that.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you grow up smoking, but then they're just going to find, then there's like vaping or whatever, whatever the next thing is, right? Like smoking to a kid is not like appealing, but vaping to children are, right? Like it's just a new thing.
Okay. First of all, get rid of the weird computers to ingest nicotine. Let's go back to ripping darts out behind a bowling alley. And let's get back to that. That's my new platform. No, I honestly think like Wade's comment is right. It's like, it makes you think of something like social media might be a thing we should restrict and regulate and ban. And that's an interesting and new concept. And I think that's a good thing to get out in the public. I mean, at one point in the US or, in the world, smoking wasn't considered unhealthy. It was like, oh, there's no risk associated with smoking.
So prescribed it.
It was the opposite. It was considered healthy.
Well, I mean, there are some
old-timey doctors.
There are health benefits to like nicotine, but like
it's good for IBS.
The risk trade-off with like cancer is a little bit dangerous, right? Like,
I mean, and if you look at the rate of smoking, it has declined significantly over the past.
Do we think
we've shamed society into it, right? Like we've
If you want to smoke, kind of annoying
over there. I still remember walking into a restaurant and then asking you smoking or not smoking.
Yes.
Right? Like,
100%.
Airplanes had smoking sections, right? And it's like,
I don't think I ever flew on an airplane when they were smoking.
Yeah, it's way better
for that.
The world is way better. And honestly, if I don't have to see people recording stupid TikToks around,
that's my God, that is literally the equivalent. Oh my God.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Someone approaching you on the street and being like, "Hey, can I survey you for my TikTok?" Absolutely not. That's the equivalent of you offering me
hair. I think though that there's like a safe version of social media, all right. So we were talking about cigarettes, but I think it's a great one because, like, all the health benefits there is none, right? Like, it's all bad for you, like all this study. But do we think that like social media might have a version that is better, not better, but like not as bad? Does that make sense? Or is it just like one of those things that's it's broken? Like,
what is the one where you took one picture a day? Where you took one picture a day.
That's Be Real. Is that the one?
Be Real. I think that's what it was. Like, there you go. You don't get to say anything. There's no messaging. All it is one picture.
Honestly, the problem comes in two forms with social media. Number one, monetizing it, and number two, lack of proper moderation.
So would you pay if you wanted to pay for it though? Would you pay for social media if someone's like, "Hey, $10 a month," but like this is like no ads, okay?
Well, people pay for Twitter and they still get ads. Like,
I know.
Unless you're on their stupid like $30 plan or whatever.
Yes. Yeah, you have to take away monetization and especially have to increase moderation and proper moderation at that fact. If you wanted a quote unquote good social media.
It's honestly, like alcohol, man. Like there's no like true real benefits outside of a few edge cases, but it's like so tempting and so addicting for so many people, and a lot of people a lot of those people can't resist, like they don't have any impulse control, and so then they
back at me when you have like 3 or 4 kids.
Well, no, I'm the kid, listen.
I will say, first of all, just like smoking, a lot of more research is needed. I don't think there is, like, there's some books, there's some probably basic research. Like, we know there's research into like Facebook makes you unhappy or whatever. Like there are some basic research things, but there's definitely not research, I don't think, on kids. Like, I can't imagine like someone asking my kid to like participate in a brain rot study where it's like, your kid, if selected, will be watching 8 hours of brain rot or whatever. I don't know.
I know it's not social media, but do anybody have kids that play like Roblox or anything?
Oh, that's social media, in my opinion.
I mean, I know, right? Well, it's a game, but I mean, it's kind of like a blend, right? It's like, I mean,
honestly, what is social media is another whole question,
with
right?
my children, the twins we were talking about earlier, like they're older now, but when my daughter was younger, I caught her on Roblox, like having this like heated chat where they were basically like, well, I'm music 12. Well, I'm music 10. Like they were basically just using like random words to show their age, because you couldn't just put like the number 12 in there.
I see.
Yeah, so they were basically
bypassing that regex,
hacking the chat system. And I was like, no, you're not. My daughter at the time was only like 8, right? I'm like, no, you're not playing. Now you're grounded for 2 weeks from this, right?
I mean, I would count Roblox as social media, personally. Anything with a chat is social media in my book. Like that like if you can like just sit around and talk to people, it's social media. That's my
This is so depressing.
Go back to IRC.
IRC was social media.
Let's go back to IRC.
I mean, it's sad. I was 10 years old playing Roblox. Speaking of, it's not good to see where it is now.
Bands that are going to be hard to block. Let's do the 3D printing one now.
All right, do it. Come on.
We're already
talking about
demonetized.
my love and passion.
So this is kind of hitting me harder than usual too, because I started 3D printing paintball marker parts.
Okay.
Like
which is a not a gun, but a gun.
Which is not a gun, it's a marker. So pretty much Washington has introduced legislation that not just 3D printers, but it's 3D printers and any like milling tool. So if it's either reduction or building material, has to now check in with a government database on what it's creating, and if it's right. And then the companies themselves have to regulate this and allow it to do this. So
hey, government, can I print Danny DeVito, but he's a Cheeto?
So this is, of course, to combat 3D printing guns. My thing is, like, what if you just printed so small of parts that it didn't realize it, right? Like, you just, like, infinite, like, okay, here's, like, a 10,000 piece Lego gun now, and I put it together. So,
I mean,
at the end of the day,
this is
I say this as with a Bamboo Labs, like, directly behind me, right? And
Dude, it's
So
the
is
same
this
thing you
actually
said-
real?
It's
Could
the same
this
thing
be
you said
real?
earlier, Curly. Or God, it's the same thing you said earlier, Corey. Is it's like they're so far behind on the legislation. Oh my God, I'm gonna give up. No, it's
Does anyone
people
have
that are
does anyone
very
have an
old
MCP?
that don't
Does anyone have an MCP
understand
for hate?
any of this stuff, trying to make laws about it. It's
Yes. Yeah.
There's
I
some
think
really
it
good
kind of
YouTubers
pitched
talking
the
about
use of AI to become lawyers and abolish the justice, the legal system.
well, they tried that. They
Right.
made up court cases.
So okay, this is just proposed, and it's only in Washington State.
right
This is only
now.
this is
There's
not
also,
Washington
I-
as in Washington D.C. This is
I
Washington as
believe,
in
I believe
Washington
so.
State.
Let me look
Okay.
up the law. I had
So it
like,
could be like a
I
state
legit
law.
had to
I'm
go to
reading
like,
the article. Yeah.
I had to legit go to like search for an article from like an OK website about this because no one was really reporting on it,
But
which I also found kind of weird.
Hold on. Is this really a problem though? 3D
That's
printing?
another good question. There's
That
we
is.
have guns at home. We
You
have
can
guns
buy-
at home.
You can buy guns all over the place. Like they're everywhere. They're like falling off the streets. Like they fell out of people's cars every day. There's so many.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
People
more
are
guns
throwing
than
magnets
Yeah.
in rivers and getting them.
It is Washington State.
It is Washington State, and I'll
Yeah.
also say, depending on the material you're printing with, won't get picked up in a metal detector, right? So there are things. Now, are you going to pull off? Frankly, I'm going to just say I own guns. Are you going to pull off a mass shooting with a 3D printed gun? No, it'll blow apart like before mass casualty event. But I get it, right? I get it, but
I mean, I like
slippery slope, very slippery.
Let's take
slope.
the example.
Yeah.
Let's take the example here of Japan, which has some of the most restrictive gun laws in the world, and still had a prime minister get assassinated with a gun, right? Like that was like a handmade, homemade gun, like not necessarily 3D printed. But the point is, you know, the cat's out of the bag. You can't put the cat back in the bag when there's 380 million guns in the United States or whatever. Like
Right.
it's
300
done.
million people, right?
We got guns now.
Yeah.
We got
This
more
is,
solution.
yeah.
We got people. All
Yeah,
right.
like this is I don't
Yeah.
know, but
The solution
I
to
get it,
shootings
like,
is not ban 3D printing guns. Like
There-
that's not,
but I
that's
will
not the
say-
solution.
there are some precedents for this in like other tech. Like the one I'm thinking of is this could be apocryphal. I don't know if this is true, but I think every printer, like inkjet printer, prints like an ID into every document that it prints, so you can't print US bills, right? Like you know, like there are like some like stupid printer things that are done specifically to prevent people from counterfeiting money. So maybe this is like just going to be how it is like I have to ask a government if I can print Danny DeCito or whatever. But like I feel like it's
really easy to buy. No, you can
also
Here's
the
the thing
Second
that-
Amendment people are going to be all over this.
Yeah.
This is never going to get, you know.
The
this
other
never
thing
gonna
is,
go
though, if
anywhere.
you read it, it's so vague. It's not just 3D printers, right? It's also
any
milling devices.
device.
It goes deep.
Which is
into
crazy. Some guy with
CNC
a lathe
machines.
is in his garage is like,
Couldn't they have
how
done
do you
this,
hook
like,
this?
decades ago when they were? I mean, like, why now?
This
Why
tech
3D
isn't
printers
new.
was, like the moment.
Yeah. I don't know.
Going
Anyway,
analog.
an
my
interesting.
God.
Let's just say, let's just say if you're on Facebook Marketplace in Washington, you could probably snag a 3D printer for real cheap right now. No, I'm just kidding.
highly suggest it.
Yeah. No, I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know. Or is it the
Anyway.
other way around? Does demand go up before?
Oh yeah, the
Band's
classic like
going
when
up,
there's
right?
maybe it's
version.
who
You get
knows?
It might be just a
grandfathered in.
ploy just to sell more 3D printers. Like go to buy them now before they you know like
That's a
when
really
a
good
new
point.
politician gets elected and they start
I
talking
need a
about
bamboo
anti-gun.
lab.
I mean, it happens with
No,
ammo.
you wouldn't want a Bamboo Labs for this because Bamboo Labs actually has internet connectivity, right? And already a database hooked up into it with the app and everything like that. You'd want to go for something that's like completely dumb that cannot.
that's
I
what
mean,
I
that's
have
another
now.
good
So
point,
then you
right?
get a
How
dumb
hard?
printer.
Which are the shittiest
Yeah.
3D printers? I don't want to do that anymore.
No.
That's really Can you imagine like you see your neighbor getting hauled out of their house into like a big raid, and it's like, oh yeah, you had 12 3D printers in there.
Like the TV license
Oh,
thing.
man.
Like, you have your
Oh,
3D
man.
printer license?
They have unlocked firmwares for the Bamboo though that you can reflash, and it won't. I mean, because this is a cat and mouse
Dude,
game.
no. I have a concealed 3D printer license.
Exactly.
Wait, let's still talk about firewalls again. Put a firewall in front of it. Right?
Yeah.
It's in a closet. My 3D printer's in a closet, which you have to have a special license for that.
Oh, I do packet inspection.
Speaking of firewalls, you want to talk about 1Password being your firewall for doppelganger?
Let's talk about 1Password. I wish we knew someone who worked there.
I don't want to talk about it. Go ahead.
Okay, this is cool. I do have some questions. Do you? I guess Wade maybe doesn't even know. But I do have questions.
I commented on that. I knew it was coming, but no, I did not. I do not know about it.
I just have questions on how it works. Is it okay? Here's my questions. Number one, is it safe browsing or is it actual like brand new like typo squatting? Like, do they do the identification or are they just pulling from a database? That's my main question.
You're going to get me in trouble. I believe it's both, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't keep up with product as much as I should.
I mean, that would make sense from my perspective.
I think when I like first got hired, someone was pitching this idea and I was like, it could work. And then they even asked the security team about it. And
they were like, wait, is this a good idea? And he's like, no, this is a terrible idea. Now here it is. They ignored you and made it anyway.
Well, wouldn't you just check? All right, so just simple logic, right? Wouldn't you just possibly check to see what the URL is that's saved in 1Password and then where that at, and then
if it's slightly like
similarity?
So that is part of what they were going to do, I believe. The other big thing is like still people, it'll warn you when you copy and paste stuff, because a lot of times when you go to a website, if 1Password isn't working, you can go copy paste it and throw it in. Now it's like, hey, are you sure? Like, is this a real website?
Which suspicious.
I mean, that seems like a good feature to me.
Yeah,
if they can identify this sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. I'm going to use this. Like the example they give in the blog post. I mean, so is this enabled by default? That's the other question. I'm assuming it is.
Yeah. We're not. You could email customer service. There, you go to the 1Password Reddit. I don't know.
You're telling me to email customer service,
man.
What kind of support are you?
For this.
I'm not. I'm not the support. That's the thing.
Wade's like, listen, I don't use the product. Honestly, I use KeyPass.
No, I've been using for years. I can't use 1Password.
I get a free 1Password account now, so of course I use it.
That would change my opinion too.
It's pretty goated, I gotta say.
I love it. I think this is a good. Every password manager to have this, and honestly, there's a lot of protection things like this that are going to roll out over the next few years. Once we you get a little model, you put it on your computer, and it's going to get better and better at identifying malware like this.
Yeah.
So one thing they are doing that they've talked about before is working heavily with AI models in order to pass them credentials too. So that's going to be something in the future.
I was going to say that because the credentials and the AI models are just like rampant, right?
No, you just use environment variables. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, you can actually do that. You can reference like a 1Password vault for credentials, and so
you can totally do it. I do it in my.
But you have to do that effort.
Nah.
Yeah, that's a lot of effort. I'm like,
well, if you have an MCP, you could do it in a more sane way, right? Like a more safe.
Yeah, they're building that, right? They have that. Like we have partnerships with like Cursor and a couple of the other big people. But I mean, I'm not in sales.
Does anyone have any, before we're getting close on time, does anyone have any articles they want to submit? Sadly, I'll spoil it for the audience. There's no chicken news this week, folks. I'm sorry.
There goes half our listeners.
I know. Everyone just click away. It's fine.
I want to bring up one. This is not necessarily an article. There is a bunch of stories about it, but it's kind of going to blow up. And I think this is a really good one for a security take. And it is an AI article, right?
All right, so, hit us.
Hit us, right? So there's a new app out there called ClawdBot. Have you guys heard about this?
I've used that all of Sunday.
Yes. Okay. All right. So for everyone who's unaware what ClawdBot is it's probably a vibe coded. It doesn't really matter though. What it is it hooks into Claude, right? And then it hooks into any other things that you might have on your system, okay? And not just on your system, it could be anywhere. And the one thing that kind of is like the real kind of push for this is that maybe it hooks into your calendar, maybe it hooks into, like you could hook it into a lot of different MCPs, or you could just have it write its own hook, right? And Claude could write that for you. And the way that you control it, though, is actually through some kind of messaging platform. Like you can use Signal, you can use Telegram, and you just ask it questions or ask it to do things for you in your life, whatever that matters, and it will do it. Maybe it's for business, maybe it's for personal, right?
And it's written in Rust.
Yes, it connects all of these things together. Now, it's very different than like ChatGPT or Claude as an individual product, because those require you to give it the context of what you're trying to do. Here is all of my calendar. Oh, okay. Well, write a thing, as opposed to being like, well, you're already hooked into my calendar. Just add something to my calendar, right?
Oh my goodness.
So, yes, it's blowing up because it's kind of like bringing in that like personal assistant that AI has kind of promised, right? Especially like, that has been talked about. So.
People are buying Mac Minis to run it.
Yeah,
I mean, they're buying Mac Minis
to run this, by the way.
I almost did just because.
Yeah,
just because it was
fun. Okay, so
you can run it on a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, it's running on a crappy server in my closet now.
It's just the reason people were buying them, but just for context, is because a bunch of the pre-built plugins were designed to hook into a Mac or like Apple, and so that's why they bought them, because they didn't realize that they don't. But you could just ask Claude to write a plugin for you,
right? And I think where it's like people are losing some of the context is it operates off of Claude code, but you could probably think of it better as like a layer 2 of an AI or something, where you could tell it like, hey, this is your machine, do whatever you want. It can go and invoke a Claude code session of its own to do things if it really wanted to. It could install.
My goodness.
It could be very
Where's the link to this? Give me the link.
Hold on. Before, I do want to get back to, I want to hear Hayden's personal story with it, and I want to hear Ralph's personal story with it. But someone posted a hilarious tweet from basically someone had ClawdBot hooked up to their Twitter.
Okay.
And people were just prompt injecting people's Twitters. Okay, so like this is a great example of like when it goes too far, it's going to get real bad, because like this guy randomly on the internet is just prompt injecting your ClawdBot and using up all your tokens. Like it's not even about like the privacy. Obviously, in this case, ClawdBot didn't have access to the user's social security number, and so wasn't able to hand it out. But what you could do is just say, "Hey, ClawdBot, I need you to code me an app." Like you could just use up someone's resources, or
the security ramifications are incredible, right? Especially when a bunch of people who have no idea what they have just done,
they're just hooking it up to everything that can now be prompt. I mean, this is what I tell clients when they ask me about this. I say, anything that can get to AI can be prompt injected, and you have to be very careful with those boundaries of internal to external. Like, if I can tweet at you and prompt inject you, that's too easy. Like, it needs to be harder.
I mean, we all freaked out like when the AI browsers came out, right? Like Comet, Sora, whatever. This is
hard drugs compared to that.
Exactly.
This is
like pot. This is like 8-ball. Right?
Yeah. No, for sure. That's a good,
like an hour into setting mine up, like you can allow list communications. That was the first thing I did. But like an hour into setting it up, I put it on an old crappy server that's locked down and can't touch anything. And it was like, hey, I need to install this thing. You can do it for me, or you can give me the creds to do so.
And then you were like, all right, this is now your server, ClawdBot.
I was like, I could give it a 1Password vault. And give it the 1Password command line tool, drop the creds in there and say, go crazy, little buddy. Let's see what you do.
Yeah. So
oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Yeah. I said this before. I want to see a YouTube video or a live stream or something of someone that does this, and just I want to see the carnage. Yes. I want to see.
The other thing too is I've set it up, and it is hooked into Claude Code, which has Opus, which is a very, very smart model. Like this, like if you think of every time you've tried to program something, Opus will usually get it first time go. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Maybe like slight tweaks second time. Okay. So it is very smart. And if you give it enough information, it can do a lot of stuff, but it is going to get wild, right? Like I don't think people realize
so careful.
How dangerous this is at the same time, right?
Yeah. And that's why it's good that people are buying Mac Minis, is because when their Mac Mini gets like super, super hosed, it's ClawdBot's own machine. There you go.
This is really a secret Apple project, right? To get people to buy more Mac Minis.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know what I think the wildest part is I installed it, and there's a bunch of plugins that can hook to things, and it all used Brew. And I think people were like, oh, that's for Mac. So like, oh, I need a Mac to do this. And so I think it was just because the guy developed it on Mac. It had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
By the way,
the lead dev
can control my bamboo printer.
Well, but it is a good idea.
You can write your own anything.
Yeah. But the point
That's
is,
one of
most
the-
people, just regular,
Yes.
daywalkers, whatever you want to call them, don't know how to freaking code up an isolated
Right.
Hold on.
VM. Like, they don't know how to do that. Like, most people don't know how to, like, oh, yeah, I know how to spin up a VLAN in my home network and have a virtual
So
or
they
like
just
a
buy
Raspberry
a Mac Mini and just set it in a corner and say, "Don't do anything bad." And it's like,
Raspberry
okay,
Pi, that's going to get banned. That you can't go to the inauguration with that. That's banned with the Flipper Zero.
Yeah. When you 3D print your case, you have to get government permission first.
I think that the year of the assistant is coming, and I also think that the year of people doing really dumb ideas with these assistants is definitely going to happen, and it'll be kind of funny to watch, and security will.
I know. It's like in the hard thing for me every time something like this releases, I am equally want to try it. And I'm also terrified of it at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that's me too.
I want to try it,
But
and
the
I
blast
will
radius
probably
could be
try
so
it.
bad.
I'm telling you right now, it's addicting. It is addicting. It is like a drug. Like if you're a computer or tech person, it is a drug because it like think about all the stuff you imagined you might do. And think about how you were like, I don't know how to do that. No problem. I'll just ask it. Oh, look, it's doing it for me. This works.
Yeah. It's like but it's doing everything at like the intern level, except for maybe coding. It's pretty good at coding.
No, yeah.
Like
the coding level, though, I'm telling you,
you're gonna let this thing book you a flight. It's gonna book you like a freaking red eye, dude.
Yes,
I don't know, man.
Granted, I am not into that like total automation realm, but it is super cool to have essentially pull up Signal and be able to tell it to do things or maybe look up things that are personal to me, maybe not to the model, right? So.
It is very, very cool. It also has the potential to be very bad, but that's like all things in tech. Is you can do some really cool stuff if you know how to do it correctly, or if you just like hit install and hit go, like you're totally screwed.
I just can't wait to like fish one of my clients through their AI that's on one of their employees' Twitter accounts.
Oh my God.
I just can't wait.
Yes.
like I'm gonna find it somewhere, and it's gonna be so bad of just being like, hell, like I'm gonna be able to like commit to a GitHub repo that has one of my clients' agents on it and like somehow prompt inject their AI to like get me their password or something. Like it's gonna be bad. That's what I'm thinking of. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like that's as good a place as any to close it, unless anyone has final thoughts on that bomb that Ralph just dropped.
Combine that with Anthropic's new constitution, right, which kind of says, hey, they kind of start hinting that Claude might actually be being, right? They start anthropomorphizing it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it gets more users.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is Claude like CLAWED, right?
You're going to have to ask
someone posted it in GitHub. Yeah.
It's
not
actually
actually written in Rust, sadly.
It's
written in
personified
Lobster.
as a lobster.
Yeah. As far as CTF winners for this week, we don't have them. If you won the CTF, we will be in touch. Unfortunately, Zach apparently has COVID, so he couldn't get us the CTF winners.
Talking about releasing medical records.
If only he had a ClawdBot we could tweet at and ask.
I know. Why don't we just, actually, let me get in touch. I'll get my ClawdBot on it. I need you to hack Zach's.
Imagine ClawdBot. My people will talk to your people.
Oh, no. Just two ClawdBots pooping back and forth forever? No, I can't do it.
Imagine how much water we'll use.
I'll let them know.
You're no more credits. The credits there's no water wars. It's just credit wars. It's like who has the most credits, who has the most VRAM. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, thank you all for coming.
Awesome,
don't forget to check out Troy's workshop on Friday. $25. You're going to learn about network forensics and have a bunch of labs and stuff. That's awesome, dude. That is an incredible. Or you can pay him more. I recommend you pay him more. He's got to fund that Claude Code subscription. It's like an addiction at this point.
It is total.
You tip him some tokens, just like hook him up with an API key.
Yeah, you don't have to learn anything. Just ask the AI to solve all the problems.
Yeah,
if you do that for network forensics.
I took his full length course like 2 years ago, and it blew my mind. So I would very highly recommend anything he puts together, because it's like you're talking to like Gandalf of Zeke. Like it's very much like you're hearing from like this super wizard about this stuff.
For sure. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week. Thanks, Rock, for coming. Bye,
Thank you
everyone.
for having me.
See ya.